Winarb is now streaming. What? I'm a YouTuber? Who said I'm a YouTuber? I did not even make a sound.
Okay, we're waiting for someone.
Yeah.
Sir, who is it?
Finial. Where is Yahya?
Okay,
Can somebody add Yahya also? Okay. I'm a live YouTuber. I know how to make YouTube better. Views.
okay, just wait for a minute. Please wait while the game is loading.
Can't I watch a video?
Hey, something's okay. Now I can send. Here. Just wait, guys. I'm just sending a link to one of the participants. Link. Okay,
Now what we will do? Now what will? Sir, what is that link for? So what we'll do?
just wait. Forgive me at gmail.com. Send. No, it's incorrect. Why? One of the participants.
Now what we will do? Now what will?
Wait, someone's watching? Great.
Sir, Henry came.
Henry the Danger.
Henry Danger.
Are we complete? Someone's missing, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yahya.
Yahya. He's Yahya.
Okay, guys, as you can see, I am living on YouTube because
Yes.
a parent is requesting for it.
Oh.
And should I begin or should I wait?
Let's begin.
Okay. Today I'll be doing or discussing a very important lesson. And the lesson is all about principles in chess opening. That you guys don't like it.
I like it. I also know one Napoleon opening.
Okay, I don't know what your father or mother or your friend is teaching you, but for me, I'll be teaching you strategy. You know strategy?
No.
Strategy is planning. Okay, for example, I'm just gonna share my board. Which one I'll share? Maybe this one. Share. Okay, for example, in the start of the game. Okay, for example, we have a game here. And what do we want to do in the start of the game? Do you have a plan? Or are you just hoping for tactics? So on chess, it's not about tactics. You need first to start with a strategy. And strategy is a plan. What do I want here? Do I just want to move my pawns? Do I just want to move my queen? Do I just need to castle? What is your goal? What do you want in the start of the game? So this is what we're going to study today. Chess opening. So I'm gonna stop sharing again.
You're going to learn opening.
There. Okay. Here. I make it simple so you guys could understood it very well. So this is a very simple guideline or strategy or planning. What will you do in the opening? You will not just hope for 2 moves checkmate, or you will not just hope for 4 moves checkmate. I will not teach you traps or tricks in opening. I will start teaching you what are to be done in the opening. Okay? So the first one is the very important one. Control the center. So what is the center? I'm gonna flip. Can I flip? Yep. So I'm using niches here. instead of chess base. Maybe this is gonna work, maybe not. So from the start of the game, we have this center on the board. What are those? E4, D4, D5, and E5. So it's very advisable, like for you to start the game, put something inside this center. Control the center. So for example, if you move the pawn on E4, it's inside the center. And if you're black, and if you're black, again, this is the center. Will you just move a pawn like this? Rule number one is control the center. So play at least E5. So you share with the center. Share always on the center. That is number one. So for example, why center is important? Why not I can just move this pawn on H6 or even H6 or A6?
Sir, I cannot see your screen.
Sir, are you showing a chessboard now?
Am I not?
All I can see is word. Control the center.
All we can see is control the center.
Oh, okay, wait.
Hi, coach.
Hi.
We can't see the screen. You
Can
only
you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, I got
That's
lost.
That's why you we tell. We
Okay,
can
I
see
have to repeat myself then.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
here. Sorry, guys. So here again, we have the center on the board. What are those? E4, D4, E5, and D5. This is the center of the board. Now, you need to occupy the center. And if you're white, it's very advisable that you need to control the center or start controlling the center. You will not just move, for example, H3. Because if you play H3, for example, your opponent play D5, can you now play E4? Yes, you
No,
can.
sir.
You can. But
Yes.
the thing is, you're too late. You can capture.
Yes, sir.
So
That's why
you need to go first. Go first in the center. You're white.
Sir, we can move.
E4. So if you play now, for example, if your opponent is like, he don't know what he's doing, he just play H6, you can now move another pawn in the center. Now you have two pawns in the center, which is good. For example, if you play E5, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot the center. I play E5 now. What will you do?
Capture the pawn.
Capture the pawn.
Because now you have that you're controlling now the center. Capture. So this is the importance of number one. And also, if you are moving your pawns in the center, for example, you move D4 here, what else can you notice? You can move now your bishops. The bishops can go out. But if you just play H3, you didn't follow the number one rule, control the center, H3, and then for example, your opponent play E5, and then you just, okay, I'm just gonna move the same pawn. Can your bishop go out? No.
No, sir.
But
We
his
can only
bishop can
move
go
a
out.
knight and a pawn.
His bishop can go out, so he's ahead of you. He has a plan, and you don't have because you're like, okay, you move the bishop out. Okay, I'm just gonna move the same pawn again. Where's your plan? And then, for example, he play knight f6, and then, okay, he's planning to castle. I'm just gonna move the same pawn again. So look into your pieces. What are they doing all?
Sir, I think they're sleeping.
They are sleeping. Because you're sleeping, you don't have a plan. So start of the game, make a plan, use strategy.
Good night, pieces.
That's number one. So let's go with number two. And number two is develop your pieces, okay, specifically toward the center. develop your pieces. Can you see this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what does it mean when we say develop your pieces?
So it means that you have to develop the pieces like the knight, bishop, and center.
Yeah, correct. Okay, again here, let's start from this crazy beginning. I don't like this. Can you see the chessboard?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again, we need to share or control the center. If you're white, go first. For example, your opponent play e5. Now, these are your pieces. Bishop, rook, knight, queen.
Sleeping.
These are your pieces and you need to develop them. Normally, we go for example, you have another strategy. Like, oh, my strategy now is I'm developing my pieces while attacking him. How will you do it? Knight, f3. So you develop your knight, and the same time you're attacking his pawn on e5. And if you are black, you know what your opponent's doing. It's like, I'm not, I can't say the word. So I'm smart also, do you think? Yes. He will just play knight on c6. Or even d6 is good. Why? So maybe my bishop now can go out, make a pin,
But you're blocking your
and
own bishop, sir.
your pawn is protecting. Okay, the bishop can go on e7 and knight f6. Depends upon what your goal is. And here again, for example, if this happened, now I need another strategy. Do I have to move? Do I have to move a pawn? Maybe. Or will you develop your piece and
Yes.
go for castling? What do you think?
So
What?
develop the pieces, then castle.
Yes. So develop your pieces. Maybe knight f6 now.
Answer.
Maybe
And castle.
if you want, you can furthermore develop your pieces. Knight c3. Because your opponent will play bishop e7. If you want, you can move the pawn on d3. Something like this. Your opponent castle. Maybe you don't want a pin. If you don't want the pin, prophylactics. Okay, I'll just make this simple word. Stop him from pinning. h3. So now the bishop is not available to go on g4 unless he wants to be captured. So maybe he will just develop his pieces here. Okay, if you want, you can castle, and then if he capture
Capture the pawn back.
capture back. So this is what we mean by develop your pieces. Maybe this bishop, where will you put it? Maybe
So
here.
bishop to here. Yeah.
Yes.
E3 or g5 is fine. Bishop d2, but don't go on bishop f4.
Pawn
So just the pawn will
Will
capture.
capture. So
You're doing free
He
piece.
will break the rule 3 rule.
okay, so when you're developing your pieces also, don't go crazy. It's like, oh yeah, Coach Marlon said develop my piece, so I'm gonna move my bishop here.
Sir,
I
sir,
develop
don't
my
move
piece, but the pawn will capture.
So also we are not supposed to put a bishop on h6.
Yeah, bishop h6 because again, oh yeah, Toshita said develop my piece, so I move my bishop here. So now my bishop, I move my bishop. I develop.
captures.
The
Sir,
pawn
because
will
then
capture.
it will make open file for king. Not
So
open.
if you have a bishop, normally we put it again towards the center. And ideally, the best here is maybe bishop on e3 or bishop on g5. At least develop your piece.
And I always play bishop to e3.
Bishop e3. Okay. Also, I want to take note of this. So, for example, again, when you're doing opening, I said this before. Whoever attended my summer camp, we don't want to develop the piece in the corner.
Yes.
For example, we just
We
move
should
this knight.
develop it in
Knight
center.
h3, for
So the
example.
king is also in the center.
Yeah, so wait,
The enemy
that's
is king.
different story. So for example, if you move the knight on h3, yeah, I develop my knight, but what is this knight doing in the corner? So when you are developing a piece, make sure you have strategy. You have a plan. You have a purpose why you're doing this. Don't just move, okay, because I want to castle and move the knight on h3. Then, for example, if your opponent play like this, I'm just going to move the bishop here on d3. And then your opponent, for example, play like this, and then you castle. Okay, that is the rule number 3. Rule number 3 is, no, sorry. Maybe I put it on number 5, but maybe I should make it number 3. Wherein you need to castle early as possible. For now, for starters, try to castle early. Why? King
So we
again.
can save our king.
Okay, we don't want the king on the center unless you have a strategy for it. So king should be protected at all costs. Because without your king, or if your king is being checkmated, then it ends the game. You lose. So we need
Sir,
castle.
excuse me. We don't see the screen.
The screen. What screen?
The screen?
Screen is French. Screen. So we need to castle. And how many types of castle do we have?
Two.
Long and short castle.
Short.
Short and long castle.
From developing it.
Two castle, left and right.
Okay, very good. So someone notices that I move and develop the pieces incorrectly. Okay, we develop the pieces, for example, like this. I know someone playing like this. I know someone. I will hide his
Not
first.
me.
His first name starts with letter F.
Penny.
I don't play like that. No, I
Okay,
don't play like that.
I will not say his name is Fenil, but his name starts with letter F.
No, but I don't play like this.
Okay, why? Why bishop
Also
on
me
D3
too,
is
sir.
not good?
It is bad
You're
because we
blocking your
can't
bishop.
develop our bishop on c1.
Correct.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, you
No,
need this.
because-
But why not you're not doing it on the game.
Sir, I don't develop my bishop on d3.
Okay, here bishop on D3. Now this bishop is paralyzed. Maybe you can move the pawn on D3, for example, and then the bishop goes on D2. Maybe it's a plan. Maybe it's gonna work, but it will take how many moves? 2 moves.
You can go to E3.
And your position, it's like, as you can see, for example, your opponent play like this, and then, oh yeah, my bishop. So I just move B3, and then your opponent castle, and then you play like this, and then now we play like this. You see, he has more activity than you have. Your bishop, what is your bishop doing? It's like a tall pawn. This pawn is like a taller version because he's just protecting a pawn, which is supposed to be attacking at least a piece or controlling a diagonal. But your bishop is just like a pawn, protecting a pawn. So in the start of this, maybe bishop on c4 is good. Then, for example, he played bishop on c5. Now, pawn should be defended by a pawn and defending a pawn.
You
Pawn
can
trade.
play knight G5.
No. We're not referring to the move here. I'm referring to the idea of.
Then bishop g4.
Yeah. So now you can have your plan. What is your plan? Maybe I can put the bishop here. Maybe I can play knight c3, or maybe I could castle. Something like this. So you have to give idea about developing your piece. Okay.
Okay,
Number?
Also, you can develop your queen.
Okay, here is another. Okay, I move to number 3. Don't move only pawns.
I don't move pawn.
Literally, it means don't move the pawn. Why? Okay, I will not tell that it's Yusuf who's doing this.
Who is doing?
Henry the Danger.
Because you don't know how to
I will
play
not tell
chess.
Yusuf you're doing this. You're only moving pawns, right? Yusuf, you're not moving on. You're not moving only pawns, correct?
Yeah.
Because you love pawns. Because here, what he's doing is like this. I couldn't look for your Leech's account, but I remember I watched you one time. You're like, you play e3, your opponent play e5. Again, this is the center, and you're like, oh yeah, I changed my mind. Now I play e4. And then your opponent, for example, play knight f6. Oh, I need to protect. Protect. So you move the pawn on f3, and then your opponent play like this. Protect. So you're overly protecting the pawn on e4. And now your opponent castle. I need to control the center. c4. And then your opponent start playing like this. Now I need to move my bishop here maybe, so I play b3. Then your opponent play like this. Oh, I want to trap his bishop. I change my mind. I play a4. So you see, you're just moving pawns.
Pawn
And-
for pawning.
And your opponent is like developing his pieces. So who is better?
The pawn is sleeping.
Yeah.
And black is bad.
Can you see? Everyone is on the
Sleeping.
starting rank.
Everyone is sleeping.
And your opponent, okay, I'm gonna flip the board now. And your opponent's like preparing for war. Your opponent's like, I'm ready. My knight, my bishop. I will open up the center and I will checkmate you soon. And you're like, I don't care. I just want to move on. So what? I don't have a plan. So make a plan when you are playing. Because here, I remember what Yusuf did. Oh yeah, he wants to check me. So what? I'm just gonna move the pawn again. And then, for example, queen goes here. Now, you see, he almost finished developing his pieces. Rooks are connected. These two rooks are now connected to each other. And it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't have a plan. I'm just gonna move the pawn again. So see, rule number 3, don't just move pawns. Don't go crazy. Okay?
So I have a doubt.
What's your doubt?
Excuse me, I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy. I like it.
I'm
Yes,
not
I
do it crazy. Yeah?
That's fine. Enjoy the game.
Every
But
time I'm crazy.
okay, I know you're
This
enjoying
will
the
do.
game, Yusuf. I know you're enjoying the game, but be smart. Okay? Yes, Aditi?
Now some openings they move f6 or f3. So how is that controlling the center?
You mean from the start of the game?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Technically, if you move the pawn on f3 at first, you're not controlling the center. But you have the idea of controlling it afterwards. For example, okay, that has been done by Magnus Carlsen recently. He played f3, king f2. But okay, can you see my screen, chessboard?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's answer.
Sorry, not f3. Like
For example, f3, and then your opponent play f5. I mean e5. Now,
Then e4.
then e4. So maybe this is a waiting move. I don't know.
sir,
Nice.
not that. Sorry, I got the notation wrong. Some people play g3 or g4, right?
G3 or B3. I think this is my opening before this, Larsen's opening. G3, he wants to put Fianchetto bishop on G2, and then later on, play E4 and control the center. So this is what we call hyper modern opening. I will not teach you this for now. Don't mess. I don't want to mess with the idea or the basic ideas. Okay.
But Vedant only plays this.
Okay, so don't play like this. First, let's stick with controlling the center, developing your pieces, and not moving only pawns. Can I share what's number?
Why?
Okay, here.
Why of the
the number one of the star for on the game, we have to control the center.
Yeah, I said
Why?
Gustav, I just explained.
Oh yeah,
Explain again. Again and again. You forgot?
I don't forgot.
You want me to explain again? This number one?
No.
Okay, why are you asking? That's fine. Okay, let's go with number 4. And number 4 is avoid to move twice. Okay, at some moment you cannot avoid it, but as much as possible, try not to do it. For example, I'm gonna stop share again. I know this is annoying. I'm gonna share screen. Let's go back to the board. So for example, here, I believe, okay, I'm just gonna back and forward. So this is a game by Finil and Noor Ali. So tell me what went wrong in this game. Oops. Need to start from the beginning here. Knight f3. Okay, knight f3 is not a pawn move, but it's controlling the center.
Yes, I know that.
And Finil is like, oh, you move the knight, I can move my knight also. I control center. Rule number 1. Okay, you made your point. She
Is
played.
she playing against no rally?
So Finil is like, oh, now I have 2 knights controlling the center. I'm good now.
Is she playing against no rally?
Yep, he is. So you see, Finil, you're doing very good job here. You played d5. So now, completely you're controlling the center. Very good. Your opponent castle and you're not yet. Then, please wait. And then here is the crazy one. Finil moved bishop on e6. Okay, you can check on the notation here. It's your move, bishop e6.
Oh, I wanted to move bishop f5.
Okay, bishop e6 again is bad because you're blocking your bishop on c8. I mean, you're blocking this pawn on e7.
Yeah,
Now the
but
pawn on
I have to
e7
move
can't
my
move.
bishop.
So your
I
opponent's
have
like,
to move my bishop.
yeah, so your opponent's played like this. I don't know what's this h3-4.
Bishop
Maybe
g5.
maybe she doesn't like bishop g4. Maybe. And Finil now breaks another rule in the chess principle, which is,
I have to control the center. This
Yep.
is good.
okay, please wait. This again, you don't, as much as possible, don't move the same piece twice. And here what you move is bishop on f5.
Oh.
So here
Sir,
again,
I know her plan, sir, because when I know.
okay, just wait. Again, you move the bishop on e6, your opponent play h3, and then you change your mind. I'm gonna move the same piece twice. So you lose tempo or 1 move. So from the start of the game, make sure what your plan is. Bishop f5 directly, center, center, center. Now, for example, if you played like this or she played like this, what will you do?
Sir, I will move pawn e6.
Pawn e6 or pawn e5 is good.
Pawn e7, pawn e5, sorry, pawn
Pawn
e5.
e5 is good because can this knight capture the pawn on e5?
No.
Yes.
No, sir, then the knight would capture.
Yes, it's
Knight can
can.
capture.
Yeah.
Knight can capture, but the problem is you develop your
If
pieces
it's capture,
correctly.
it protect.
Since you develop your pieces correctly, now this knight is protecting the pawn on e5. So if he capture, you can recapture that.
Capture.
And you're ahead of 2 pawns. I mean 2 points. So develop your pieces correctly. Okay? So I'm gonna stop from here. Let's check number. Okay. Share again. Share. Last one.
Sure.
Sir, your name was written Marlon
Yep. Okay, this is the most special one. I made this. Don't give free pieces, please.
Okay. Like we are
What
just,
do we mean by don't give free pieces?
it means we should not give our pieces.
Free.
Yes,
Yeah.
like
Just
if it has protection.
they take our pawn and take our knight.
Yeah, so at least when you're developing your pieces, make sure they will not be captured or at least protected.
So we can capture their things. We can capture their.
Yes,
Okay,
I will capture the queen.
I'm gonna try to watch some game here. Let's see if someone give free pieces. I'll make this fast. Bad opening, B1 E6. Change the move.
Starting some tournament is differently.
Done, this way.
So
Okay.
I can do it, me. I know.
Okay, this is good. Good. Now this is bad. Finil, you played here knight on h5. Now let's go for tactics. I start with Zayan. What will you play here? Sure. Nah, you cannot play it yet. Okay, we're good. Sorry. Bishop goes here like this. Capture, 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 and capture. It's a capture world. D5, very good, Finil. You trap her bishop. Very good. So Finil is like, oh, I'm up by 2 pawns. And Finil is like, oh, there's a free piece. Capture. Capture everything that move. And you forgot, you forgot that your knight is hanging.
Hanging what?
Hanging.
Hanging.
Hanging this one?
is hanging.
No one
on
is
the
protecting
wall.
the knight on h5. So
And
instead,
he's also looking on the opposite side.
I want to capture the queen.
okay, what should have you done here? Instead of capturing the pawn on f2,
Sir, I could keep knight on f6.
knight f6 is good.
What
So regrouping your pieces and attacking his rook. Makes sense, right? But how did you lose here?
Loser.
I just want to check. Oh, discovered attack.
Oh yes.
Discovered attack. Who remembered discovered attack? No one, of course.
Me, I can go.
And now we have, you have option. Save the queen or be checkmated.
Say the
Like-
queen.
Checkmated. Checkmated.
It's not a checkmate because I'm thinking if, for example, if, nah, not correct. Because I was looking into this one. Queen takes h7, but the king can go on f8. And then you can
Yeah.
capture like this.
That's
Goodbye,
very
queen.
good.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
You don't.
Okay, it's not just a checkmate now. It's gonna be checkmate soon. Check, and you resign. Sorry, no,
How much time this girl will take?
and you loses. Okay, I want to check another game. I have again Finil and Zayat Ali.
Only
Who's Zayat Ali?
Finil here.
Yeah. Who
Okay,
is
let's
he?
change. Okay, what about this clever Adi?
Sir, I didn't know that there was a tournament.
Okay, let's check if. Okay, let's check if this clever Adi make mistake in the opening. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, good. She's following, controlling the center. Very good.
Good.
Moving the knight. Correct. Moving the bishop. Correct. Okay, everything is fine. Very good. By the way, opening is the first. Wait. Opening is the first 10 to 15 moves of the game. But normally 10 after 10th move, for example here, this is the end of the opening. The first 10 moves. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have a question here.
What?
I want to ask Finil,
Yes.
I turn off my
what
mic
should
now.
you play here if you're white? So
White.
first we do strategy, then we apply tactics, if it's possible.
I know a pin and two
Okay,
capture.
let's start with Zan. Sorry, Zan. Okay, speak. White to play here.
Knight E5.
Okay, knight e5. What is this? Double
It's
attack?
also a pin.
Double attack.
Capturing.
Is this a pin?
No, it's double attack.
Yeah, it's fourth, double attack. But knight can just capture.
Then
Okay, and then you
capture.
can capture, and then this
The,
knight maybe can go here.
the pawn is protect the knight.
Yeah, maybe he can play like this. But
Capture,
there is
capture.
one very good move here. Tactic.
Sir,
Who can
now-
find it?
Sir, I got it.
Yes, Aditi?
Sir, bishop d5.
Nope.
No.
Oh, the knight can capture.
Sir, got it. Sir,
Okay,
got it.
Tanmay, go.
Sir, bishop F6.
Bishop captures.
No, no, no.
Knight D5.
Knight d5. What tactic did you use?
This can be too tight.
What tactic are you using, Tanmay?
This one.
Okay, mine.
Viewer.
No. No. Guys, you forgot removing the guard deflection.
Oh, yeah,
We
deflection.
have two attackers, but he has.
Is it deflection? Last time I told you the wrong answer. Definition.
So we have two attackers and two defenders. We need to eliminate at least one of the attacker or defenders by
Into the bishop.
capture the knight. Because if you go directly capture, he will capture. If bishop captures, queen captures.
We have to capture the queen and the knight.
So be smart. Apply tactics. Remove the guard. And now you can just capture. You won a pawn. Congratulations. But it's not just simple pawn, it's the central pawn. Very important. Because you want again
Yes,
to
if
control.
the is go here, the queen can capture the horse.
Okay, yeah, he can. But do you think your opponent will capture the queen?
No.
No.
Why? It's protected.
Yeah.
Bishop is protecting the knight.
Will be small.
Okay, I want to see how Adi finishes the game here. Just make this fast. Castle, very good. H4, I don't know what H4 is for. Adi didn't apply the tactic, removing the guard. She just played G3, protecting pawns. And here is your opponent break the rule of not moving the same piece twice. He move again the knight. Rook E1. Definitely he wants to trap you. I know Vedant, he's clever. And you ignored that threat. Vedant's like, I trap your bishop, I'm happy. Bishop now can't go anywhere or even capturing because again, it's heavily protected. Sorry, not here, but there. So maybe the best move here is play like this, H4 or A4.
Yes, it's best.
Capture, captures. If your opponent, for example, is marching pawns,
But I
if
can.
your opponent is marching pawns, try to block it. Okay? Okay, let's check another opening here. Yahya and Harishi.
Harishri is my friend.
Okay, she's not my friend.
She's my friend.
Okay, let's see if someone make mistake here in the
I can
opening.
do it.
So again, Harishi is Yahya is white. Harishi is black. Okay, he played E4, C6, Karo Khan. Good.
Good.
Again, now we're seeing a bishop on D3 again.
Yes, sir,
Okay,
because
Yahya, are you
He could
here?
not put
Yahya?
a bishop anywhere. He blocked a bishop.
can
Okay, Yahya is not here.
Join.
He wants to protect the pawn on e4, correct?
Yeah.
So if you want to protect the pawn on e4, at least protect it using pawn. Or
It was on.
eventually you can just capture and then pawn captures and then
Now
d4.
done.
But if here he decided to move the bishop and protect the pawn, do you think your opponent will capture? Of
No.
course no. He will
Oh, yes, yes.
block the pawn, but this is free pawn. Did Yahya capture? He don't. He don't capture a pawn. What is this?
Weird.
Okay. See now, his bishop is good or her bishop is good, and okay, these pieces are developed.
Ah, she's hurt.
No, I'm referring to white, Yahya.
Oh.
I'm referring to Yahya. Okay, his pieces are developed, but not in the best way.
I go here.
Okay? How did the game? Oh, free pawn.
I go here.
You don't capture?
Anywhere.
I love this game. Nobody's interested in capturing any pawns.
I can capture
It's under attack.
everybody.
Capture pawn.
See, this is the problem. Ah, now I understand why he played b4. I understand now. Because he wants to develop the bishop. He played b4. And Harish is like, not interested in pawns. And then he protect, very good.
If I want to.
What?
Huh?
I did something I hate. And here, his brain is focused on developing the pieces. The knight is under attack.
Yes, sir.
What should we have played here?
No.
Pawn without
Bishop.
Bishop.
Bishop B5.
B5.
Bishop D5.
Attack the attacker.
And attack. Me, I do it. Protect the
Even-
bishop and attack.
Even another move here is possible is this one. Knight c5. So if knight captures, pawn captures, and you're attacking the bishop. For example, if bishop goes on e7, free pawn. Simple.
Thank you for your pawn.
Okay, let's check another game. Okay, we've done with DP, we've done with Yahya. Okay, let's check Tanmay. I want to see Tanmay.
He played 9.
Not me. You.
Sir,
Not
not
me. Okay.
He won many nights.
We have Yusuf.
Okay, let's check Tanmay. Tanmay is white. Is Tanmay doing very good in opening? Okay, pawn is under attack. Will you play bishop d3? No. Knight c3. Very good, Tanmay. Developing your piece and controlling the center. What? Okay, this is another topic to be discussed. Guys, I have a question. How much point is rook and pawn?
6.
How much point is bishop and knight?
6.
6. Now, I know what Tanmay is gonna do here. He capture f7, rook capture, bishop captures, and king captures. Question, is it worth it?
No.
Sir.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, we go for the value. Knight and bishop is 6 points. Rook and pawn is 6 points. Tanmay, do
It
you
is equal. 6, 6. Same. So, okay, correct.
Tanmay, do you want to explain your side?
Yes, sir.
Do you think capture, rook capture, bishop capture, and king captures? Do you think white is good here?
You told me to do this.
I didn't tell you anything about this. I'm sorry. I will never tell you this.
We have Yusuf for play.
Why? For example, if this happens, How many pieces you have on the board left? 1,
1, 2,
4,
3,
5.
4,
Yes,
5.
I will not give you any ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ನಿನಗೆ.
How many pieces your opponent has? 1, 2,
6.
3, 4,
4,
5.
5, 6. I
So-
have to be equality.
So do you think exchanging your 2 pieces 6 value into rook and pawn 6 value is worth it?
No.
I
No.
can
No.
Because pawn is not a
rook
piece.
G2.
So don't, now black will have more pieces than you have. But on the value, you have the same. It's crazy, right? Okay, maybe at some point some will say that, okay, white is better because he has 2 rooks and black only has 1. But you forgot that black also has 2 bishops and 2 knights. That you only have 1 bishop and 1 knight. Interesting, right?
Sir, both have great advantage for winning.
But black has much more advantage because he has an extra bishop.
Yes.
Okay, how the game continues. You see what happens on the game. Black is very happy to exchange pieces. Why? He's up by 1 piece.
I can't play.
Okay, you see what happened here.
Oh, I know what happened.
Check. Mate. Tanmay, see what happened here? You traded your pieces for no reason. Just, okay, you want the rook. But after this, your pawn is hanging. He captures. Okay, he wants you to capture. So if you capture what you did in the game, now the bishop is active. Very good. Who's this guy? Sondos. She knows what she's doing. She has a bishop on g7. I want to attack this pawn using and support my queen to open up the position. Very good. So Tanmay, in the opening, you know what to do, Tanmay. Next. Tushita, right?
Yes.
Let's check
Sir, I
Tushita.
didn't play the tournament. I didn't know that tournament was
I
there.
can. We have Yusuf, please.
Yusuf, what's your
It's
username?
out 20.
Okay, I want to check Yusuf. What is your username? Yusuf? Afrit? Here.
Yeah, Afrit.
Okay, let's try to see some Yusuf's game. Okay, you're playing bullet. Wow. Wow, you're playing bullet already. All right, let's check this game. Okay, capture. Move the pawn. Capture, check. Capture. Okay, capture everything. What? Move the king. Yusuf. Wait, I want to see Yusuf. Yusuf, I like this. Okay, so Yusuf is like, oh, my pawn, it's unprotected. Should I develop my piece or develop my king? I prefer protect the pawn and develop my king. Very nice. Don't do this again. What is this, Yusuf? Check. Wow. Check. The king is from the king came from EA. Now the king is on G4 already. Capture. Okay, you can't go any closer now. You can't go any closer now. Wow, you see? Look into your pieces, Yusuf. Your rook, your knight, your bishop. Everyone is sleeping aside from your king. Develop your king. Attack using your king. Crazy. Okay, I want to see how he loses. Definitely he will lose. It's a miracle if he wins. Okay, your opponent now is trying to capture all your pieces. He forgot that he can just checkmate you here. I think this is checkmate. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
checkmate.
Okay, but your opponent is also crazy. He don't want to checkmate you. He wants to play with you. So Like this. Oh, very nice,
I'm
Yusef.
not crazy.
Wow!
Knight e7, protecting the bishop. Yes. You see, this rook is attacking the bishop. And Yusef is like,
Somebody forgot about the rook.
protect. So he protect the bishop. He forgot the rook. Oh, and your opponent's like, thank you. And now you see, okay, another good move. Another good move. I like this. Another good move. Oh, yeah, Coach Marlon said, develop the bishop. I'm gonna move the bishop so we can develop. Bishop h3.
Sir, I said this move not to do it.
Okay, he do it. And your opponent's like, oh, the bishop is gone.
Wow!
I don't understand
Capture the rook with the bishop.
why will I capture? Yusuf is like, oh yeah, my bishop is hanging. You can capture me. I will save my bishop.
Why
Yusuf, tell
couldn't
me.
he capture
Okay,
the rook?
okay, wait. Yusuf, if I'll give you a second chance to make a move here, what will you move?
The bishop.
You're not Yusuf, you're not Yusuf. Let's give Yusuf a second chance. Yusuf.
What?
Yusuf. Yusuf.
Yeah.
If you are going to move here, what will you play?
I don't very know. Bus.
What bus stop?
I just do and everything.
Okay,
Six.
now Yusuf, listen now, I'm gonna explain. Your bishop is hanging, the pawn can capture. And you can also capture someone. What will you play, Yusuf?
Of course, capture.
Bishop.
Go, bishop.
Bishop C1.
Huh?
Hmm? Bishop C1 is here, C1 square is here.
No.
Sir,
Bishop C1. The black
C1 is
one.
here. You mean C8. C8, you're black. Bishop captures the rook.
Yes, I captured the rook.
But here you play like this.
Huh?
I prefer capture the rook.
Oh, mad player. Huh?
He wants to check. Finally, he gets what he wants. He wants to check. Mission accomplished. I checked white. And white is like capturing everything. I'm gonna capture everything. I'm gonna have another queen. Check. Mate. Yusuf, don't do this again, okay?
Can you see another game of Yusuf? It's so comedy. Yes, it is super comedy.
No, we're not making fun of Yusuf. We're not making fun. We just want to help Yusuf to improve his
So
playing.
can we do now? So what are you supposed to do?
We still have 5 minutes, and we're not yet checking yours, Tushipi. I remember you. Tushipi, you thought you can escape?
Yes.
We
This is
remember you,
Yusuf?
Tushipi. Okay, well, let's check this Tushipi's game. No. I'm gonna choose one good game from Tushipi. How do I check? I don't know.
Sir, you can click on any one.
No, not this. I don't want flag down. Stalemate. Wow. Like this.
No.
Maybe this one. Okay, let's check this.
Let's see who's black. Tushipi is black.
Okay, Karo Khan, is this what your coach is coaching you or teaching you?
So mostly he tells me to play Karukara London.
Okay, I'm gonna speak to your coach. Like this, he forced you to memorize this. Crazy. Okay, that's good. No comment. Capture. The problem only is if you're memorizing opening that your coach is giving you and not understanding what the principle is, what happened next after opening? That's the problem. Here, now you stop collapsing. Here, this is the 10th move or 11th move of the game. Opening is almost done. For white, but for black, you see your pieces? Hanging pawn. So, you played rook on c8. Now you don't know how to continue from here. She captures pawn. Your knight on e7 is blocking the bishop. Again, your knight on e7 is blocking the bishop, which means you cannot castle. Tushita, listen. Zayan, I need to mute you. Tushita, you need to listen here. Again, the problem you're having here is you need to do king safety. You need to castle. But how can you castle if your knight is here on e7?
So,
And you have to move the bishop out and then castle. So in short, you're 3 moves down. 3. And if we're going to check on white's position, you see how happy white is? He's very happy. Why? The knight can jump, the bishop is doing his job, I can select, do I want long castling or do I want short castling? I have a lot of things to be I'm entitled to do a lot of things, which on your side, you're very cramped. Your position is compressed. Okay, so at least, okay, what happened here? Okay, you see, you move the rook. Here, you move the rook to c8, correct? And then she captures the pawn. And then you move the rook again. So you break the rule of an opening, not moving the same piece twice. And you still haven't solved the problem here on e7 because you're still on win. Castle now, you see your opponent castle and you're not. And you move the knight on e7.
Wow, amazing!
And then, of course, your opponent will capture.
Capture the yummy queen.
You captures.
So yummy.
And, okay. Okay.
Huh?
See what happened here? I can explain. Maybe I can explain this. Your opponent castle, and now you remember, oh yeah, I need to castle. Yeah, I have to castle, but I cannot castle if my bishop is here. So, I move the knight on g6, and you forgot your pin. So if I give you a second chance here, what will you play, Tushita?
so F6.
F6? Okay, this is fine. Pawn captures.
Then move the knight.
Which knight?
So knight on e7.
Move this? Sure? What about recapturing? You're not interested?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah.
Recapture. Maybe bishop goes here.
But he can also capture the
Okay, now I'll give you a chance to solve the problem. Maybe if you can move the knight on g6, you can now move the bishop on e7 and castle. Problem solved. Okay?
Yes.
So, okay, 7 o'clock already. Sorry, I forgot it. That's it for today. Tomorrow, we're going to be solving the assignments.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Bye, guys.
Sir.
Yusef, are you
Bye,
finished?
sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Bye, 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 sir.